One moment. Okay, so we are recording now.
Okay.
What I will need you to do first is give me a moment. I will share the document with you so that you can put your information in.
That's fine.
I'll put it in the chat. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Excellent. I'm doing well.
I wanted to join yesterday. I was somewhere and then I didn't get home on time.
That's okay. That's no big deal. But fortunately you're here today, so
Yes, I am.
we will get working on the programming project. So,
Okay.
the plan for today is mainly first to go over any preliminary questions you have regarding the content for this week. So, well, we reviewed much of it last week with loops.
Mhm.
What else did we? Let's see.
We did the switch statement.
Yeah, we did a loop, switch statements, if statements, I believe so. Well, we didn't do as much if statements, but
Yeah,
we
we
did.
just touched on the basic
Yeah,
part.
we did basics, not too in depth. That's true. But I think you had a very you had a sufficient understanding of the concept, so I think we should be good. And then after we work on the programming project, we're gonna review the code, reflect
Mhm.
on it, and see where we can improve it. So
Okay.
yes, did you fill out the information? Excellent.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so let us start with the programming project. Have
Okay.
you um question, have you what am I thinking? Have you taken a look at it yet?
No, I haven't
You have.
because I
Okay.
wasn't actually done with um
I
the
see.
whole thing that I needed to be done with this week yet. So I have the habit of not starting the next week stuff unless I'm completely done with the
Mm-hmm.
current week.
Okay. So all right. One moment. Yeah, so let's first do that, I think.
I can easily access it right now.
Yeah. So yeah, let's definitely take a look at um the programming project right now. I'm accessing the page. Let's see. Programming. Under which section did you put that? Oh, my bad. I don't think it's called Programming Project 4. It's Programming Project 2. Programming Project 4. Let's see when that is. Because that's probably later in the semester. Yeah, no, that's in November. That's my bad. um, because we worked on Programming Project 1 together, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to work on Programming Project 2.
No, actually, I worked on the first project myself.
Oh, sorry, say that again?
I worked on the first project by myself.
Oh, okay, okay. Then, wait, what did I help you with last week then?
Um, no, we just went through some coding
Oh, I'm
cases.
sorry. I'm confusing you with a different student. My bad. Another student was having trouble with programming project 1, mainly just getting the formatting correct, but it
Right,
did
right.
take too long. Yeah, my bad.
That's fine.
Let's see the assignments. Programming project 2. So I think, okay, we're doing grades. Excellent. Okay, so are you looking at programming project 2 right now?
Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm in iCollege right now. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Well, so when you're ready, what did I do? When you're ready, we can you can share your screen, and then we can start
okay.
working on it.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Uh, okay, do you see my screen?
I can see your screen, yes.
Yeah. Do you see the sample output?
Yes, this is the sample output. Yeah. What I would suggest you do right now is you click on the URL and copy and paste all of the code that they have right now and just put it onto
So ID.
Eclipse or JGraphia or whichever one you use.
So I have to type it. I can't copy the whole thing.
Are you working on Windows?
Yes.
Okay, could you try Control A?
Yeah, that's what I just did. It's not picking it.
Oh, that's tedious. Oh well.
Hopefully this one works.
Yeah, it probably should. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it only takes sections. That's rather inconvenient.
That's a long code.
It is. If you zoom out a little bit, it looks a little bit shorter, but it is a long code. That's true. But we'll be able to get through it.
Nope. Did not pick the whole thing.
Oh, didn't give the whole thing? Oh,
Nope.
that's a bummer.
Wait, let me see something.
What you can do, because you don't really need all of the comments, just get all the methods. Um, so like for example, if we look like wherever they have the like the backslash or the backslash star star, you don't
Yeah,
really need those comments. All you really need is like the
it's
import statement.
it's actually allowing me to copy block by block, so that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, yeah, then that should work too. Yeah, copying block by block works.
It's just, I have to remember which block I am in.
So, have you studied the content for this next week? I understand it probably starts in like tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, no, I haven't started that one.
Okay. Well, we did last week, so that's good. But and loops, yeah, you'll be fine for that. At least we're just getting a head start on the programming project. Do you have like previous knowledge of loops, or is this your first time with loops?
Yeah, I have some knowledge of loops.
Okay. So you know how, well, actually, that's true. The last textbook did go over loops. So, okay, because I will say that I believe in this project you may need to use some for loops.
Mhm.
So you should be fine for that, and I can always guide you through it. But if you'd like to beforehand, we can review them if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I will find a good resource where we can watch for loops. Oh, my purple's not there. Okay. Okay. So I will share my screen when you're ready.
Okay. Yep, code is ready.
Okay, excellent. I see the codes for the scanner. Okay, so what we can do first is, would you like to watch the video first, or would you like to just start the coding part first? Because, frankly, the video will be more applicable later. But
Yeah, let's just work on the code.
code, okay. So obviously, as you see, you need to start with declaring some variables. Now, let's look back at the guidelines for the project.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to be evaluating homework, test, midterm, and final exam. So, and we need to declare constants for the grade weight. So, Alam, tell me, what do you suggest we do?
Um, I think we need to get a scanner. The scanner class. Oh, it's already been.
Well, you already have the scanner in there.
We have a scanner in there.
You already imported the scanner, and if you copy and pasted it all, then you should have already created the scanner in object.
Yeah,
The scanner object.
yeah, scanner is in there.
Yes, you don't need the scanner. But if we look at the three dots and look what it says above it, it says declare constants for grade weights. So
Yes.
if you
So
scroll
we're
down
going
a
to
little bit.
declare homework 1, homework 2, homework 3, and homework 4.
Say that again.
We're going to declare homework 1. No, let me see something like that. Let me read the question first.
Yeah, no, read it closely because those aren't the rates those aren't the weights. The weights are under number 5 in the instructions.
Okay. Okay, declare 4.
So, have you so you know the weights now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, given the weights that we have, what type of object are we wanting to use? Or like, yeah, so what's the object type?
Yeah. I think we're
The
going to use
variable
double
is, yes, exactly. It's going to be a double. Why wouldn't it be an int?
because grade sometimes we can have less than a whole number. We can have fractions and grades and all that. So we want to be able to.
That is true in terms of the grades, but I'm specifically asking for the weights. Why for the weights are we using doubles rather than integer for the object type?
The reason why is because it's going to be a percentage, and sometimes, sorry, it's going to be a fraction, and to when you convert it is to int, we might not be able to get the full value that we actually want.
Okay, excellent. I want to see you now just declare and initialize each of these weights.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that you initialize it correctly because I have to see. Go to line 14.
Yeah. It's a did not expect it to be this time. Okay. So to declare my variables, we're going to declare constants. Really good. Really good question.
Okay. Hey, Alim, I know you're thinking right now, and I apologize to interrupt. So I just want to understand what you're thinking right now. So could
I'm
you,
trying to see exactly what the question is asking for.
which question?
The whole project, what it is really asking for.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to really understand every bit of what
Okay.
is expected of me.
I
I
understand.
saw here that it says how many homework scores do you want to enter?
Hmm.
And over here the entry number was 5, and over here the entry number was 4.
Hmm.
So it meant that so that's just where my mind went to. So I was just trying to see and how many
I see.
test scores. That means these are not fixed numbers of test and homework.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
The only
Well,
fixed is this
so
and that.
so it's fine to think ahead, and I applaud you for doing that. But I think what would be a little bit easier to do, because like you said, this is a little bit longer, especially compared to the first programming project.
Mhm, mhm,
Considering that like it varies a little bit more in terms of like entering the different scores, we should take
mhm.
it step by step. So
Right. Okay.
let's take that first step, okay? So the first step right now is declaring and initializing the weights, correct?
Okay.
So let's do that right now, okay?
Okay. Okay. So to do that, let me see if I'll get it clear. Okay, let me declare my weight.
Okay.
I'll declare somewhere right here. Okay. It stands for weight. So I'm going to
The homework weight was 15%.
50%.
Yeah. Just let me know because I have it opened up for me too on my end. Uh
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
if
Okay.
you need
15%.
if you need numbers, just let me know, and so that you don't have to flip
Okay.
back and forth. Okay. Now, Alam, so this is perfect. That's beautiful. So two things for what you name the variable homework, because you're going to have you're likely going to have some more variables named homework because you have to get the homework scores and things like that. I would
Mhm.
suggest calling it homework underscore weight or something along those
Okay.
lines,
Okay. You're
so
right.
so you have a
What
better
I was thinking about was actually doing it homework number. I was thinking about doing the other one's homework number and doing this one just homework. But you're absolutely right. I'll make a homework weight.
yes. And then moreover,
You
I
think I
would
should do the decimal instead?
yeah, just do the decimal. Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Decimal is just easier that way. Um, cleaner at the very least. I think just say 0.15 rather than just 15. I mean, it doesn't really matter, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep going. It's good. Perfect. Good job, Alan.
Um, what was the weight for the final?
For the
No, the
final,
midterm.
Wait, which way do you want? The test, midterm, or
Yeah,
final?
the test. Yeah, the test average for
So
it
the
was
test weight is 0.35.
0.35. Okay.
Yes, 35%.
I believe this was 20%, right?
Midterm was 20%, yes. And then the final rate was, I believe, 0.25. Or no, excuse me, 0.3, 0.3.
0.3.
0.3, yes. Because that'll add up to 1.
Okay, so I made a mistake somewhere, right?
Um, well, you misspelled final. You said final.
uh,
But that's okay. Um,
see, the final was 0.35.
0.3. Because
Oh, 0.3.
if you add them all together, then you're going to get 1. Because you need 100%, right? So yeah, point 15 plus 0.35, that's 0.5.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For
So
some reason, I thought this one was 25. For some reason,
it's okay. I think you probably just confused one of them.
so I was like, wait, is it going to give me 110? Did I miss something somewhere? Okay, okay. So these are my constants that I've declared. You think does it make sense?
Yeah.
And let me see
Now,
something. Let me see the final side of the code.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if I can you start variable names with a capital? I don't recall if you can, because I don't believe you can. You either do all capitals or you do a lowercase.
Okay, so
At least that's like the convention.
okay, so well, my ID did not reject it though.
Yeah, the first letter. So when you're doing this, I'll give you a little tip, Alan. When you're naming the variables, so the first letter of the word is going to be lowercase. It must be lowercase, and there can't be any numbers or symbols, if I'm not mistaken. But then afterwards, you can do capitals. So for example, if you wanted to, you could do homework, and instead of the underscore, you could do a couple capital W. Wait, you don't have to do that now because right now the naming you did is
Underscore.
perfect. Yeah, so you can do underscore. That's for sure. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So and it said so once I declare my variables, my grade weight, it says create a scanner. Okay. The scanner was already created for me.
Yeah. Scanner's already created.
And it said it says get your homework score. So how many homework do you want to enter? Okay.
Okay. So, so you're at the get homework scores part, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the homework score, but now I'm trying to see how to construct that one right there.
Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit confusing part. So obviously, you already know. What do you think the first step's going to be? You don't know how many um homework assignments you're going to get, or at least the computer program doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you use that can read any inputs so that you can understand, oh, I have this many homework or that many homework?
Um,
We had to import it, remember?
yeah, I already imported it, but Um, I was trying to see if what's the name? The thing that is confusing me right now is what's the name? Okay, no, I think I got it. Let's see. How many? It's okay. I know that I need to take that prompt right here. I'm just trying to see how to edit. Okay. I'm just gonna save it inside a variable and I'll just take it one step at a time.
Mhm. That's okay.
Mhm.
Let me know when you need help or like,
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to think it in. So
yeah, so we already know we need to use the scanner, correct?
yeah, so
What is a good way to call a number from a scanner, specifically an integer?
yeah, I'm calling the int.
Yes, exactly. So, what are you going to type? In, yes, dot. There you go. Exactly. Perfect. Good
This
job.
is not this is not the problem. The problem is actually well, I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I know exactly where you see the problem. I think I do. And so that's why the for loops video is going to help you.
Yeah.
But we're going to get to that once we finish this scanning part, which for the most part you're almost done, I think. Yeah.
Almost
Huh?
almost.
No, I'm
Almost.
actually wait, no, I'm thinking. Uh You know what? I'm going to show you the video now. You don't really have to show anything else. I'm going to share my screen right now, okay? And then we can watch this video. Let's see how much time we have left. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. The video is about 10 minutes. So that will be fine. If we need to go over a little bit, that's fine. And Alam, remember, if you ever need help during the week, just let me know, and I can always give you help when it is needed. Okay? You already have my email, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then we should be good. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, excellent.
Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. This is the fifth tutorial in our series of beginners Java tutorials. And in this tutorial, we're going to look at for loops. I'm going to create a new Java project in Eclipse as usual. And I'm going to call this tutorial 5. Next, yes, and finish. And I'm going to create a new class. I'll call this application. Doesn't really matter as long as it's got a capital letter at the start there. Click finish. I will create a main method here by typing main control space and hitting return. And I didn't really explain this properly last time, but if you've got badly formatted code like this, if you just press Control, Shift, and F, that will automatically format your code for you. Or if you forget the shortcut, you can also just go to, just right-click and go to Source and go to Format. Okay, so this is a runnable application, and I'm going to type here the keyword for, and I'm going to have opening and closing round brackets, which are going to contain the conditions that control how many times the loop will execute for. And then I'll have opening and closing curly brackets, which will control, which is where we will put the code that we want to execute. And the reason I'm getting an error here is because inside the round brackets, I need at least 2 semicolons like this. Why? You'll see in a minute. And I'm going to type system.out.println, and I'll just put hello in there so that we've got some code to execute. And if I execute this, it's just an infinite loop that will go on until I stop it with the terminate button here. Now, what this actually is these semicolons divide this stuff in here into 3 sections. And in the first section, the first section contains code that executes before the loop starts, so before this will actually be printed in this case. And in there, I can declare and initialize a loop counter variable. I can say int I is traditional equals 0. And then in the second clause here is a condition, and as long as this condition is true, the loop will execute. So I could say, for example, I less than 5, and as long as I is less than 5, this loop will run. And here, this is a condition that will be executed once after every iteration of the loop. So I can put I equals I plus 1. So I'm saying take the value of I, add 1 to it, and then stuff it back in I itself, so that with every repeat of the loop, I will be incremented. And a shorthand way of increasing I by 1 is to type I++, which is very handy. So now we've got kind of a standard for loop, and if I run that, it will execute 5 times. So the first time, I is 0, and then the condition's checked, I is less than 5, yes, so this is printed out, and then this is executed. So now I is 1. This is not executed again, this is only executed before the loop starts for the first time. So what happens next is this is checked, I is less than 5, yes, because it's 1, so this is printed again. I is incremented, I is checked again, this is printed out, and so on, until I is equal to 5, and then this is no longer true, and the loop then will stop, and it will not go into here, it will just stop. There's one other interesting thing that I'd like to show you here that we'll maybe get into a bit more later on. If I want to print out the value of I here, I can say, well, I could say, for example, the value of I is, and just add concatenate I to it, and I will be automatically changed into a string in effect and appended to this string, and we'll get this. There's another way of doing this that you will definitely come across. Instead of println, I can use printf, and this is a method that requires, I have to pass 2 what we call arguments to it, and the first argument is a string, a format specifier, and the second argument is a value to fill in the format specifier. I know this is sounding like gobbledygook. In fact, there might be many arguments, but what is a format specifier? Well, so the format specifier is a string that can contain special characters, special symbols actually, that will then be replaced by the numbers or variables that you have here. And I'm just going to show you one for this tutorial. So the format specifiers begin with %, and they end in a letter. And the letter for an integer that you need is D. So %D means, okay, print this string, but replace %D with the value of the integer specified here after the comma every time. And if I run this, you get this output. And why is it all on one line? Well, because unlike println, printf does not print out a invisible new line character by default. So it doesn't make the output go onto a new line. And that's sometimes very useful. But other times it's not. And if you actually want to print a new line here, there's two ways you can do it. One way is you can have just a blank sys out here, so I could type sys out control space, and that will have the desired effect. Or I'll get rid of that with control D. I can type another special character, well, special character sequence here, \n, which means new line. This is a lot to digest, but try it in your own program, see if you can get this to work. Remember, %d just gets replaced with the value of the variable you specify here, and /n just means print a new line. I can actually put /n anywhere if I wanted. I could have a /n here or whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be at the end. So that's it for this tutorial.
Okay. So does that make sense for the most part, Alan?
A little bit of it. The part I did not understand is the hash D. That part I did not understand that. Yeah, the percentage.
The formatting part?
Yes, I do understand the /n right there.
Okay.
It's the other one that I don't understand.
The %d, yeah, it's a little fishy. I understand completely. So, and this could be applicable to your programming project. I won't say it wouldn't be. We have to see. But the %d basically stands for decimal. And so really it just goes, you use %d for, and it's odd, I understand completely, but you use it for the integers. So it's like 1 through 10. So it just stands for decimal.
Okay. So the loop condition says it initialize I to be 0.
Yes. So how you need to interpret loops, and they'll probably ask you this on midterms too. So the first part of a loop will always be the initializing part. What is our first value we're going to start with? Because with any loop, you have a counter, or like particularly a for loop, you'll always have a counter. So this is the first part. This is the initializing part. Then the next part is your condition. How we can't have an infinite loop, so we have to stop at one point or another. So this is going to be the condition. And then the last part is going to be the incrementer. It won't always increment by 1. You could always increment by 2, 3, 4, whatever number you want. It's just what matters is that you increment so that you don't just stay at the same value every single time, and that's just going to be another infinite loop, and we don't want that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So do you have any other questions or?
Yeah. So with what I gained from right here, double so this would get homework scores, and I said, did I miss something in the question?
What do you mean? Did you miss something?
Yeah, it says get homework score, calculate the average. So it did not say where I need to. Oh, okay. It says okay. Let's see. It's okay. Declare variables and construct. Okay. Right. So this is where I construct my loop.
Okay, Alan, we're currently approaching the hour mark. So do you have any other questions? Or how do you need me to continue helping you with the project, or how can I best help you?
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to think it through right now.
Okay. Well, so I think what I suggest you do moving forward, considering when does this project due?
Next week, Monday.
Next week, Monday. Okay, so we have you can always show up to my sessions on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So if you do have questions, we can work on this further. I suggest you definitely watch the Cave of Programming videos or Nathan Schultz. Not is it Schultz or Schutz?
Yeah, Schultz. Yeah.
Schultz. Yeah. My bad. Definitely watch their videos. They're very helpful. I've showed them to you before, I believe.
Yeah.
And besides that, I think Mainly, go look through the directions again. If the directions don't make too much sense, interpret it, write it in your own words like pseudocode, and then just try to work from there. But again,
Right.
work step by step. I know you like to think big and large. And you want to get ahead, but sometimes getting too far ahead can overwhelm you. You understand? That's why, like, the first part we had a little bit of trouble because we were thinking about the loops, and
Yeah, confused me.
yeah, and that's okay. It's good to think ahead, but sometimes thinking too far ahead can be a little bit overwhelming, especially because you are technically starting the actual coding of loops this week. You learned about loops in the last book, but you don't know how to code them.
Yes.
So, for example, what you learned about the for loops right now with the three parts of it, did you know that before?
No.
Yeah, so you'll definitely learn about that this week. So I definitely suggest going through the content and reviewing it before you continue further in the project too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yes. Do you have any other last minute questions, Adam?
No, I'm really fine right now. As of now, I'm glad with the progress that I've made. I'm glad to see this thing.
I'm happy about that. Okay. Well, again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any point in time. I'll try to respond as quickly as I can.
You said the Panther mail, right?
The what?
The Panther mail, right? The office mail, like the JSU email, right?
Yeah, I sent you my GSU email, correct?
No, you haven't, but I think I should be able to.
Okay, well, I'll send it again.
Okay.
Um, oh wait, no. gsu.edu. Just make sure to email me there. You can try to email me through iCollege, but unfortunately I don't really check that one as often. I do check my office email more often. So,
Yeah.
because I get direct notifications from there. So just email me through my office email and then yeah. You got the email, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. So if that's the case, you are free to leave, or if you have any last minute, if you have any other questions, just let me know.
I'm fine right now.
Okay.
So I'll
Excellent.
enjoy the rest of the evening. I will see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
See ya.